you will hear me talk quite a bit about culture. Culture in a lot of different senses, but culture mainly in looking at how we deal with one another. But people mean a lot of different things when they refer to culture. For example, some think of a culture in a petri dish. Some people think of the great achievements of some ancient culture. Some people think about refined society and the various accomplishment that someone becomes and takes on to be a person of culture. Now, many people, though, think about the Judean Christian culture on which our nation was founded, and that is their culture. But this evening, we want to talk about a different type of culture, the culture of the home, and to think about how we approach our own culture and what culture we've created in our homes and what we're working to create. And first of all, we have to consider, is the culture in my home world-friendly? Is it maybe just neutral? Doesn't say anything one way or the other about what direction we're going in life? Or is it Christian-friendly? But what we must understand in all of this is that there's a difference between being Christ-friendly and being Christ-centered. And a lot of times what we end up doing in the church is settling for being Christ-friendly. Christ-friendly isn't good enough. And therefore tonight we want to look at what it means to have a Christ-centered culture in the home. And I will submit to you that there are basically 5 principles involved in this. A culture in which we have seen the outer manifestation shown to others, looking long-term into eternity, inside where Christ fills our lives and our hearts, looks at the world and the things around us and interprets them from a spiritual framework, and therefore makes decisions that show self-control in order to do God's will. This is a Christ-centered culture. It is for an individual's life, it is for a congregation, and it is for a home. But how then do you get to that point? That's really the question we have to consider. We need more in order to do this than just a few events at the church building in order to get us to heaven. We need a Christ-centered culture within, though, each and every home of those of you here tonight. And the way to do that is to turn to Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 4, where Paul explains what this requires. Here in this verse, just one simple verse, he says a whole lot. And ye fathers, provoke not your children to wrath, but bring them up in the nurture and admonition of the Lord.